Depends also in the individual. So we have to take into consideration other factors as well. So maybe, again, investigate how healthy that individual is. But important is to respect also the way that they view themselves. So if we're unsure or if they're not very accepting of that, we cannot also impose, so it would be coming from the individual. If they're the one seeking help, then we could advise them on what to do. But generally speaking, we have to be respectful of everyone. We are not sure what are their views on obesity, on body weight. So generally, kailangan person first language. That's the correct terminology already.
So, pag-insurance, actually, sir, I think that's one of the efforts. So I think there are very, very few countries globally who are actually covering obesity. But for us to actually do it also locally, I think the first step is to recognize it first as a disease and for government to actually see the impact of it. So for us in Novo Nordisk Philippines, we actually, our patient access team is also working on a study. This time, not only on the prevalence, but actually looking at the economic burden of obesity in the Philippine context. So I think that these are very good steps for us to open up the dialogue with government, of course, the UH and PhilHealth. And I know they're opening up in terms of that discussion. So with that, hopefully they'll be able to recognize it. They might also want to fund also treatment options for these patients. DOH.
For DOH.
Well, at least for now, by the way DOH is set up, it's not. Although they did commission the Philippine College of Endocrinology, Diabetes and Metabolism to draft a clinical practice guidelines for the management of obesity. Although, as of now, only part 1 is published. But in that part 1, they actually have redefined obesity as a disease. So we're taking baby steps towards the right approach and redefining obesity. So hopefully, once that full CPG is out and DOH fully adopts it, then we will have a redefinition of obesity.
Alright, thank you, Doc.
Share my thoughts first before I pass it to Doc MC. So, honestly speaking, like for me, I'm also a person living with obesity. But then when we say that we accept body positivity, I think that's fine. It's fine to accept, who you are and what you are. But as a physician, what we actually are saying is that you also have to recognize what are your risks for developing complications. Kasi yun yung issue dun eh. If, for example, we're saying that you're happy with that weight, pero the question is, ano bang chance mo to develop a stroke? Ano bang chance mo to develop hypertension, dyslipidemia, heart attack? What is your chances of suddenly dying? Even if you look at the current recommendations on weight management, hindi naman nila sinasabi na kailangan bumalik ka sa weight mo nung pagkadalaga or pagkabinata na mukha kang athlete, mukha kang model. Hindi, they don't say that. The recommendation actually, if we follow the latest Asian consensus, it's only 5 to 15%. And basically, the reason for that 5 to 15% is not for you to look good or for you to conform with society. It's for you to reduce your risks of developing diabetes, hypertension, heart attack, strokes, and whatnot. So yun eh. So it's okay if you're happy with your current weight, but you need to reassess what are your risks of developing diseases. So if your risks are high, so I think you should lose at least 5 to 10% or maybe up to 15% just to reduce the risk, not to conform with anybody. I think that's my personal opinion on that.
So kumbaga, show how tricky it has become because we want to promote body diversity, but at the same time, we want to keep people healthy. So there's nothing wrong with body diversity, with accepting your body. Basically, I think the point is not to reduce your self-worth with just weight. So it's accepting the weight is just one aspect, But at the same time, you have to be conscious also of the different consequences of being overweight or having obesity. So we saw the different complications. So I think we could be accepting also as people that we don't treat them differently, but at the same time, we want them to live longer lives. So we encourage them to probably seek help or seek advice. But it will depend rin on the openness of these individuals. Kasi we cannot, if we impose, kasi if we demand that from them, the more that they would withdraw. No, it's more of a, we have to establish a healthy dialogue between a healthy balance between accepting your body image, your current body weight, and also doing some practices to promote a healthy life. There.
Sige, a lot of things. So diets, fad diets. So there are a lot of fad diets. Keto diet, intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day, and everything. Yeah, in reality, if you ask any person in a weight management center, the diet actually doesn't matter. It's not that, because all of these diets are all anchored on the same thing. It's reduction in calories. Diba? Kasi nga, if you just eat 1 meal a day, konti lang kinain mo. That's a reduction in calories. So honestly speaking, it doesn't matter, to be honest. But the question there is, one is the sustainability of that intervention. You have to remember, most of these crash courses are only meant to be short term because again, they want drastically lose your weight. And that's not actually what we want for patients living with obesity. We want a long-term solution. Even if you look at the guidelines, which will move on to your second question, is there a way to successfully lose weight? The current recommendations, like I said earlier, is to lose 5 to 15% of your current weight, usually in every 6 months. So it's slow, gradual weight loss. And the thing here is that you have to think long term. You have to think long term. Like I said, the issue current that I mentioned kanina, we all think na parang even pharmacotherapy are like for quick fixes. It's not, though. It should always be with the mindset that obesity management is long term. The same way na we treat hypertension with maintenance medications kasi sabi ng doctor sa'yo, for life na yan. Diabetes ka, may maintenance medications ka, for life na yan. That's also the same way that we should look at obesity. You have a disease similar to hypertension, diabetes should be treated long term. So, if you want to lose weight, like I've said, take it slow, 5 to 15%, usually every 6 months. Regarding the diet, it should be something that should be safe. So which means you should consult a doctor or a nutritionist to make sure that that diet plan is appropriate for you. Kasi nga, not every diet fad will work for each and everybody. Most of these are not backed up by robust studies. Most of these are only backed up by what we call anecdotal experiences. Ibig sabihin, na-try lang ni kapitbahay, kuya sa isa, and then it spreads out, the word of mouth, that's it. Becomes a fad, a viral thing. So make sure that the diet that you're trying is something that is sustainable, something you can sustain long term. And like I've said, if nahihirapan ka, because the biggest issue is hunger, diba? Regardless of the diet, you might also again want to talk to your doctor if pharmacotherapy may be a good option for you, because there are ways now that you can control hunger. So like I've said, kung nag-diet ka, and you don't feel the hunger, nag-diet ka na nakangiti. Instead of nag-diet ka na parang mamamatay ka na. Diba? The other last option is, surgery is still an option. You can also talk to your doctor whether you might need surgery, especially if there are a lot of risks that needs to be controlled and a lot of weight that needs to be lost because of the risk involved. So, like I've said, I think the most crucial answer there is it needs to be discussed with an expert, with a doctor who is trained in weight management. Hindi pwedeng just some random person that you can get to talk to. Yun po.